Welcome, everyone. I'm Heather Fleming, the founder of Conscious Nutrition and the hostess of Nourish University, where I have a membership group where we bring in guest experts once a month or once every other month. And we used to do them private, but the content's so good and I want to share more of this expertise with the world. So this month is the wonderful, amazing soul sister of mine, Paula Robbins. So I'm so happy to have you here. We're going to do just a really casual interview Q&A, and then at the end, Paula is going to lead us in a short, wonderfully, I don't want to say short, a beautiful timed hypnotherapy session. So you're more than welcome to keep your camera off. And if you want to have a question, you can go ahead and put it in the chat, or you can raise your hand and we can call on you if you want to ask it live with your voice. That would be great too. So before we get started, let me introduce the amazing Paula Robbins. Oh, we've known each other for, what are we going on now, Paula? 14 years?
Gosh, it's about 14.
I think it
Yeah.
is 14
Yeah.
years. We met at the Omega Institute, and we were instant. Our birthdays are one day apart, so we're these Virgo nurturers, and she is like Mama Earth, you all. She is Mama Earth. So Paula's been helping others professionally and as a volunteer for over 30 years. I love her title. It's metaphysician. She's also been called a healer, an intuitive, a mentor, a therapist, and many other titles. She was in corporate America, so she might talk about that a little bit. And then she's been a hypnotherapist since 2007, or is it 2007? Great.
2007.
She focuses on other modalities. Her voice is so soothing. On her website, which I'll post here, she has wonderful meditations that you can download and access. And I'm a member of her Lighthouse group. So once a month, we all meet as a group, and then she also does other group calls. And it's just my personal anchor for me to tune into my own self so I can be a better nutritionist, coach, human to the rest of the world. So it's my place where I come receive. So if you need more nurturing in your life, I highly recommend checking out her Lighthouse, which again, I'll post at the end. And here she is, the wonderful Paula Robbins. Welcome.
Aw, thank you so much. What a great introduction. I am so happy to be here with you. You know how much I love you. And I'm thrilled to have you in the Lighthouse. I'm thrilled to be running the Lighthouse. It's been such a cool experience this last few months. So yeah, very glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Right. Well, I've been working with tons of clients. I don't even know how many clients have we worked with. I'm sure I'm in the thousands now.
Yeah.
And with conscious nutrition, I would almost change the name to subconscious nutrition, because of the subconscious programming. And I've been noticing a lot more of my clients have been in a fearful state lately. So I have been referring to Paula and to other colleagues in my area. So we have EFT, we have tapping, we have hypnotherapy. So there is other tools. Describe a little bit about how hypnotherapy can help us in the moment when we're in a fearful state, or even describe a little bit about hypnotherapy if anyone is new to it too.
Yeah, so hypnotherapy is a way to slow down the consciousness, to access and connect with the subconscious more intentionally, to create positive change that is intentional. And hypnotherapy, when it comes to moving into safety, security, grace, peace, contentment, freedom, I mean, pick a word, any word of what you want. And if you can slow down your consciousness into more of a relaxed state, your subconscious tunes in a little more. It attunes to whatever is the vibration of the intention. And if you get very specific, I want to feel safe. I want to feel peaceful. I want to feel grounded. Then your subconscious is listening, especially if you use your voice to state it. It can be as simple as stating affirmations in a beautifully relaxed state. And of course, you can find hundreds of hypnotic recordings online, including mine.
Yes, yeah. So it helps relax us from that fight or flight energy to go back into like a little more mindful state. Like, wait, I'm not being threatened by a tiger right now. I am safe.
If we are in a state of clarity about our intention, yes. If
Okay.
we just relax and we just kind of slow down, that will help out the nervous system quite a bit. But if we more intentionally go into relaxation with the ideal, I am safe, I am protected, I am empowered and secure and light, that is where it becomes more of a hypnotic relaxation.
Tell us a little bit about being a metaphysician.
Gosh, that's probably one of my favorite questions because it's it's a name that I gave myself. I'm a metaphysician. And when I started this work back in 2007, I just used the term hypnotherapist. But I learned very quickly that the work that I am doing with others and the healing that they are accomplishing has a lot to do with what's going on their inside. And what's going on the inside is a very clear, direct effect on the external of our life. So I help people with their inner world. And that could be the energy, that could be the thoughts, that could be the nutrition. There's a lot of things that go on inside our mind, in our spirit, in our heart. And that is what we can clearly identify and correlate to what's happening on the surface in our outer world. What's going on in our relationships, what's going on with our health, what's going on with our money, our career, our home, are we scattered? We can identify a lot of what's happening out here based on what's happening in here. As within, so throughout.
Yeah, it's usually the big three that that call our attention: health, relationships, and financial support, or whatever word we want, prosperity, that usually bring our things up for us to address.
Sure.
What would you say that you like, tell us one of your most insightful hypnotherapy sessions on like what you learned about the human psyche and the human condition, and what, like, I believe our bodies want to be healthy and we just are out of alignment, similar to what you said. Tell us a little bit more about one of your favorite sessions.
I'll have to go way back to the very, very beginning when it was about 2008, 2009. And at the time, I predominantly did past life regression work, regression therapy, which means you regress to the cause of fear, the cause of anxiety, the cause of obesity, pick a topic, any topic. And you identify where is the experience that caused it. Everything is cause and effect. Everything that you are in your present day has to do with a causal experience and the way that it affected you. Everything is cause and effect. And the way that you do regression therapy is you go back to an event, you bring healing to it with divinity. Again, you use metaphysics, angels, guides, whatever is the most aligned with the person you're working with. And I realized in that session that I was channeling, that a lot of the language that just started to flow to create this healing experience was not anything that was in any of the scripts that I had used during my education. Because when they train you in hypnotherapy, a lot of it's based on scripts. And I started just channeling, and the language started really flowing very fluidly. And I realized in that session that we are all one, we are all connected. And I literally watched the energy in that client change. And that was the second thing I saw in that session. I see energy. I watch energy move. I see the color of the auras. I see what's happening internally, where somebody is somatically holding the energy. Is it in the heart? Is it in the belly? Are they holding it back here in their thoughts? What's going on? So it was a fascinating experience, and it caught me off guard, but it was really just a powerful moment of recognizing how much we are all pure energy and we are all connected as one.
Wow, what validation for your life's work too.
Oh,
Right?
why I'm still doing it.
Yeah. Uh, so I had a gorgeous client today go, oh my goodness, thanks so much for the reminder of hypnotherapy. And I remember she was a physician and she took a class about self-hypnosis. So there's ways we can put ourselves in this state that Paula is going to help us access, that we can go back to this beautiful feeling that I am one, I am pure energy, instead of sometimes I think we judge ourselves. Does anybody resonate with that? Right? We have this little critic mind or rebellious mind. So if we, in those moments, we can be like, oh, wow, here I can reprogram that or reframe that. So do you have any thoughts on self-hypnosis?
I think that we self-hypnotize almost daily. So my thoughts on self-hypnosis are be mindful of your mind. I teach a little game called catch and release. You may have heard me talk about this 5 or 50 times. So this is about being mindful of your mind. If you have negative self-talk, if you were hard on yourself, if you have self-doubt, if you have fear, if you can catch those thoughts, get clear on, wait a minute, okay, I don't like feeling not good enough. I don't like it when I say, oh, I can't believe I did this again, or what's wrong with me? Catch it, release it. Cancel, cancel is the release language. Cancel, cancel. And then you replace it with something else. And if you can get into that alpha, theta relaxation, so there's 4 levels of consciousness: beta, alpha, theta, delta. Beta is like wide awake, talking to somebody for the first time, driving, looking for a landmark. That's beta. Alpha is that I'm kind of driving home from the market. It's like autopilot, don't really think about it unless another car swerves in your lane. Ooh, you come back up to beta just like that. So we do this beta alpha thing throughout the day. We often zone out. Every human does it. That can be considered a hypnotic state. Theta is that half asleep, half awake. So if you can get into this alpha theta, delta is deep sleep. I personally am of the opinion that I don't think suggestion is nearly as powerful in your deep sleep as it is when your conscious is also able to remember it, that alpha and theta. So if you can get attuned to these affirmations, what do you want? Get clear. Get clear. You cannot achieve something you cannot see. So get clear on what is it that you want to see, feel, be in your experience. And if you can write it down, if you can speak it out loud, and if you can do it in that kind of trancy state of alpha theta relaxation, you are in a state of self-hypnosis. And if you go to YouTube, there are a million hypnosis recordings. There's so much information on self-hypnosis and some really cool, count yourself backwards from 10 to 1. Imagine yourself on an elevator going down. There's some really cool visuals and imaginary kind of bodies of language to help you get into that alpha theta. But if you can just slow your breath, if you can just close your eyes, and even if you're just kind of whispering to yourself, I am safe, sound, and peaceful. I am grounded. I am empowered. I am wise. I am so loved. When you go into that language with intention and clarity, this is what I want, you are going into a state of self-hypnosis. It's simpler than you realize.
I think she just did it to me. I told you all her voice was so soothing. Oh my goodness, Paula, I'm so excited. That was so helpful. I love those 4 states. Thank you. You did such a great job at describing those. I felt like I finally got them deeper. All right, let's take a few questions. Beautiful Sherry, we love you too. Love you guys. Miss going to Omega and learning from you all. So good, so great to see you here, Sherry. I did put Paula's main website in the chat already, just in case I didn't get there in time. I put that in there. Does anybody have a question or comment or curiosity? You can raise your hand, unmute yourself. Trying to think
if you go to paularobbins.com, that will also lead you to sunlitpathways.com. You'll see the lighthouse in there, and we have 4 live gatherings a month now.
Or now, thank you.
Yeah, the group hypnotherapy sessions included as a member, the Consciouspreneur Mastermind, the second Tuesday at 2 p.m. Mountain is the 222 call. I partner with Awkwardly Zen on that. Super cool and live intuitive readings. And then the 333 call. I just do readings and soul coaching on the third Thursday at 3.
I've hit all of them and so appreciate it. And I love the intimate ones that I get with Paula a little more intimately. And then I love the big group ones with Awkwardly Zen. So many cool people in there and lots of learning, lots of tools too.
And everybody is so benefited by, if one person gets a reading or some soul coaching, everybody usually gets some benefit from that answer. I think it's pretty cool.
It's usually something I needed to hear, or I was like, oh, yep, that's changed my state too. If I was like, oh, confused, I'm kind of like overwhelmed. I've definitely observed my state to change too.
Oh.
And I'll be honest, I used to not love group, even though I do group. Does anybody relate to that? And
Yeah.
I feel like you've done such a great job with that. And I'm practicing it over here in Nourish University too, where it's kind of like, it's intimate, but still you're not always, meeting every day or that type of thing. You got a great job. I love it. It's like an anchor for me. It's definitely an
Well,
anchor.
good. Well, and I always love when you bring your energy into the groups. It's awesome every time to see you.
Thank you. Thanks, Paula. Oh, Jacqueline, please. Oh, there you go.
So I know that I have a lot of wounding on my heart, a lot from my past. So what is one way, or like, how do I go, like I'm working with Paula right now, which is excellent in the hypnotherapy, but I'm just wondering if there's anything that you can suggest that I can do between the sessions and things like that to work on my heart space and work on my broken heart from not just relationships, but my family, et cetera, et cetera.
So when we think of the term broken heart, it's easy to identify that there would be like a crack or an opening, and that's where the light gets in. So I want you to remember that kind of Japanese proverb that where you see the crack, that's how the light gets in. And if you can, in moments, in the everyday, the most recent download that I got, and I've been using this a lot, it's been really incredible. I've been really surprised by the energy it brings, is just kind of closing your eyes, I call it the vortex, I didn't make it up, but getting into that place where you're kind of just receiving the rain. And I allow and receive healing. I allow and receive love. I allow and receive light, and really feel it in the heart and see it healing and feel the light flowing into it. And again, get clear on what would it be like if I didn't have this? What am I aiming for? Peace, contentment, to be loved, to be joyful, to laugh more, to have a deepened sense of kind of empowered and forgiven, and to forgive. What would it look like? And if you can write down the words of the energies that you wish to feel in the heart, I would use the terms I allow and receive joy, I allow and receive healing, and just go through that list. I think that if you can get into that state and connect divinely on the everyday, you're going to notice some shifts very quickly, especially in addition to the deeper work of the cellular release therapy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that great question. Super perfect broken heart. Just one thing to add, with broken heart, I've been playing with tender hearted. And when I use the word tender hearted, I'm like, oh, wow, I'm more like honoring my tender heart versus the wound kind of feeling like I block it or put a big armor over it. So when I know I'm tender hearted, I'm like, oh, what do I need to support my tender heart? And it's usually the simplest things. Today it was watermelon. I was like, I really want watermelon. I had suggested for a client to have watermelon yesterday. I'm like, is that for her or me? And I'm like, I think it was for her, but I'm still in. And that tender-hearted is just a softening, I think, too. So I'm using food since nutrition, but sometimes it's sunlight, sometimes it's a good cry, so thank you. That was
a lot of times it's even something as pure and easy as water. You know, just drinking a big glass of water. I think that I've always felt that water is the physical equivalent of divine light on the earthly plane. So it flushes, it washes over us, it cleans, it restores. And I think divine light does the same thing. I mean, all the work I do is metaphysical. So I'm into the divinity and the spirituality and the light of all of it. So there's so many ways to welcome that healing, that cleansing, that purification, to where there is something that may be wounded.
Mhm. Thank you. Great question. Welcome, Carolyn. Great question. I saw your work with John Gabriel. I was wondering, in his evening meditation, is his evening meditation a type of hypnosis? I listen to it, either go to sleep or am hypnotized. Great question, Carolyn.
I would say yes. So one of the things that I recommend to a lot of the people that I work with, and honestly, anyone who will listen, is to, when you play around on YouTube, and again, if you can get clear, what is your intention? What do you want? Right? I want to feel healthy, lean, agile. I want to be peaceful and content and secure. I want to be prosperous and have freedom. Pick your words. And if you want, you can go to YouTube and you can say, you know, prosperity or healthy body or safety. And you can use one of the second terms that I'm going to give you. You can write this down. You can use hypnosis, visualization, meditation, sound therapy, or frequency music. You can add subliminal messaging. That would be a sixth one. So here's what I would say is, I think that any one of those could be a frame of hypnosis. Yes. Visualization. You're giving your subconscious a different imagery, and the brain works with visuals really, really well. So yes, I do think that is hypnosis.
Great. Follow up. Also, is listening to the same script over and over as effective as perhaps changing things up?
That depends on how it affects you after listening to it over and over. So one of the phrases that I used to say to my little girl when she was a little girl, she's 29 now, she suffered really severe anxiety. And I used to just kind of hold her and let her know, you are safe, sound, and peaceful. I've already said it a couple of times in just this conversation, but it still comes out of my mouth quite a bit. You are safe, sound, and peaceful. You are safe, sound, and peaceful. And every time I say it, I love it. I really love the phrase. I love the energy. I love the way it feels. I love those words. But if you're listening, say, to a self-hypnosis or a guided meditation on weight loss, and it's like you enjoy throwing away food and you enjoy, you know, only eating lean meat and vegetables, and you know, you really are disgusted by chocolate, and you're listening to that, and eventually you're like, this isn't my truth, you know, and maybe for a while it's beneficial and you see that you're eating a little cleaner and you're feeling good about being a little more disciplined. But if it's not your truth, eventually it's something like that's going to hit a wall. And if it hits that wall, then yes, please change it up.
Yeah. I just had a fun intuitive hit, like lullaby is to lull our brain out of probably beta. Oh, wait, which one? Alpha.
Beta, alpha,
Yeah,
theta,
beta.
delta.
Probably
Yeah.
lullaby is so like that's why there is, when she said those three words that you say to your daughter, it's like a little lull to remind her of, to, you know, put us back to there too. So that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Question. Yeah, and sometimes we morph too. So what it could be lulling you for a while, and that's what you needed to get out of fight or flight. Now you can kind of like come up for air and go, okay, now what do I need? Like that's the beauty of being a human too. Different.
Well, and you know, let's talk for a second about repetition and building a habit. So there's all this dialogue about it takes 21 days to build a habit. No, wait, it takes 28 days to build a habit. Well, science has proven there's really no set number for each individual. It could be 6 months for you. It could be 7 days for you. Nobody really knows the true science because we're all so beautifully unique. So say that you find some beautiful recording or you find some phrase that you create yourself that you love, and you're repeating it every day. And at 21 days, you still love it. And at 28 days, you still love it and it's effective and it's creating some positive change. I allow and receive love. I allow and receive safety, whatever it is for you. But then you find that there's a deeper insight. Maybe I want to receive, health, wealth, and prosperity. Maybe you change your language a little bit, and that's the one that you kind of roll with for a while. So we don't really know how long it takes to build a habit, but I say if you still love it, it's effective. If it wears on you, try something new.
Great
You're
point.
evolving, and that's a good thing.
Love it. Great question, great comment. Wonderful questions. Anybody have a question, comment, curiosity? All right, put us to sleep. No. We'll give everyone 1 second. Awesome. Looks like we got all the questions. Would you like to lead us into a sample set?
Yeah, I would love to. So I'm going to go with kind of around the theme that you talked about recently and in your email today around safety and security. And what I want to do first is, well, it'll seem very similar to a guided meditation, but I am going to be speaking directly to the subconscious to clear away some stuff that I think might be beneficial to release at the cellular level. And then I'm going to do some affirming and allowing and receiving language. So we're going to release a little and we're going to allow a little replacement, something a little healthier. If that sounds good for everybody. Okay.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So if you would then allow yourself to sit up straight, uncross your hands, uncross your feet. If you choose to lie down, that's fine. Just try to focus on being uncrossed, if you will, so that your energy channels are open. And just close your eyes and take in a deep breath. Breathe right into the heart center. And just exhale softly, peacefully, and then do it again. Another deep breath. And with this exhale, release any pressure, any tension. Just let go, just soften. And just notice how it feels just to rest here. Just feeling your body fully supported. Feeling the peaceful and safe energy of the sacred space of where you are. You are safe, you are comfortable, you are secure. And as you are in this place fully supported, allow yourself to imagine a beautiful morning sunrise. It is a glorious morning where the clouds are draped entirely across the sky. Beautiful hues of gold, of rose-colored, of peach and pink. This glow is across the entire sky. It is brilliant. There is no question this glow comes from a higher place, comes from the divine. Welcome that divine light upon you. Just breathe it upon your face. Let it glow. Breathe it into your mind, just clearing the mind. Welcome this beautiful divine light, this healing energy, deep into the heart center. Let it flow and bathe, filling the heart with love, with healing light, with a sense of just grace and ease. And with every heartbeat, just notice this healing energy flowing freely throughout the body, bathing and soothing every cell, bathing away any tension, any pressure that it may come to. Let this light flow freely in the neck and the shoulders, the arms and the hands. Breathe it into the spine. And just notice how it sends a peaceful, healing calm through the nervous system. Let that light flow into the belly. Breathe it into all of the internal organs, all of the bodily systems, allowing it to help everything to operate in perfect balance, perfect health, perfect rhythm. Let this light get a little brighter. Let it intensify. Notice the relaxation through the hips and through the legs and through the feet. And as this light fills you completely, flowing and bathing in, around, and through you, allow this light to wash away any energy that isn't serving your highest good. Just let it dissolve any tension, any pressure. Take in a deep breath of this light, let it fill you. And then exhale any energy that belongs to other people or places. Just breathe it out and notice it flows up into the greater white light. Do that with intention one more time. Breathe in deep. And then breathe out that energy. Let it flow all the way into the greater white light. It will be healed. It will be restored. It will be returned to its rightful places. But you don't need it. You just need your energy. Take a moment and focus on your heart center once again. Let that light get bright in the heart. And think about moments in time where you may have given a part of yourself, where you've given away your energy. Think about a moment in time where you were shattered or broken. And as this light flows into the heart, take a moment to let it flow to those places, preparing to heal those places. And I direct you now to call back these parts of your energy. Breathe them back into your heart. Breathe this energy back into every cell in your body. Breathe it into the energy body. Breathe it back home to your soul and trust this light. This light will cleanse it. It will purify it and it will heal it. It will restore it to its authentic divinity and innocence. Just welcome it home and let this light heal it and integrate it back home. Breathe it into every cell. Let it stabilize. Doesn't take very long. Your soul knows exactly how to do this. Just coming home to yourself now. Allowing this light to infuse this energy with love, with forgiveness, with purity and trust and protection. Notice this light reorganizes in the energy body. And as it does, I'm going to speak directly to your subconscious mind. And I direct you now, the subconscious mind of each and every soul listening to these words, to completely release and clear all experiences of feeling unsafe, experiences from this present moment and into your history. Releasing and clearing any shock or trauma, any physical pain or sensations, and all of those feelings of unsafe, frightened, anxious, nervous, powerless, terrified. Let this energy out from every cell in your body, from your heart, soul, mind, emotions. Release and clear all of this from your entire energy system, so it no longer affects you in any way. Just clearing these energies, letting them go, seeing them lift easily up into the greater white light. Let this light that is with you get brighter and fuller as it easily releases these experiences, these emotions, this energy. Let this light flow into the places that are clearing and that have cleared. Clearing just as much of it as you can. There's often correlation to other things, but just clear what you can. Let it go. Breathe in that light. And as you breathe in that light, allow it to flow into some of that residual. There might be a little angst. There might be a tiny bit of nervousness or unsettled discomfort. Let this light soothe that energy in the energy body. And as this light flows upon you, in your mind's eye, look up and see beautiful sky. It's a blue sky this time. This beautiful blue sky has some white, crisp clouds kind of floating. And just behind the clouds is a brilliant sun. It's easy to look at because it's behind this one cloud. It's a soft, beautiful sky, but you know that light is there. And as you allow yourself to feel the brilliance of this light, your eyes may be closed even because it feels so good to welcome these rays. Let this light flow upon you. And in your mind, in your thoughts, repeat after me. I allow and receive safety. I allow and receive protection. I allow and receive peace in every cell in my body. I allow and receive empowerment in my mind, in my heart, in my spirit. I allow and receive this light. I allow and receive grace. I allow and receive prosperity. I allow and receive joy. I allow and receive trust in myself and in the universe. And take a moment, drink all of that in, into every cell in your body, into your heart, into your mind. And just kind of marinate in that safety, in that protection, in that security, in that grace and that love. Marinate in that light. Let it be healing in your thoughts, in your heart, in your energy body. Take in another nice deep breath. Notice this light flowing in through the top of your head and down to your feet, creating roots that go deep, deep into Mother Earth. Do it again. Let that light flow in through the top of your head and down through your feet, deep, deep into Mother Earth. You are grounded and you are rooted in safety, security, protection, ease and grace and joy, prosperity and abundance and laughter. You welcome this light and all that it brings you. Another nice deep breath. And in a moment, I'll be counting. I'm going to count from 1 to 5. And when I get to 5, you'll be awake and aware. You'll feel this light. You'll feel this protection and this grace and this ease. You'll feel this security. And every time you see light, it might be the rays of the sun. It might be a light or a lamp indoors. It might be the flicker of a candle. It may be the light in the eyes of a child. But every time you see light, you will be reminded to come back here to this moment, to breathe in that light, to allow and to receive that light, and anything else you choose to include. So just gently now, coming back up, beginning with 1, breathe in that light. Breathe it into the mind, into the heart, into the cells. Feel the body awakening. 2, becoming mindful of your body. Notice your arms and your hands, your legs and your feet. 3, another deep breath. Let the oxygen really flow with the light. 4, just begin to move and to stretch. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, moving as much as you like, as much as you need. Opening your eyes. Safe, sound, and peaceful. Eyes open on 5. Did you hear that thunder?
I didn't hear it.
It got really, really dark here.
Thunderstorm, that's powerful. You brought a thunderstorm in amongst us.
I'll take it.
Yeah, right. Oh, thank you. That was so peaceful. I feel so serene. I was
Yeah.
excited and a little nervous at the beginning, and I feel so peaceful. So thank you.
Yeah.
Sherry says, wow, thank you. Anybody else want to share about their experience or any takeaways? Or if you're asleep, we love you. You don't have to say anything.
Yeah, if you could at least let us know you're awake.
Okay, that's true. Okay, thank you. That's the expert.
Something in the chat, raise your hand. I'm cool, I'm awake.
Great.
Jacqueline is, I can see her.
Thanks, Jacqueline. And then Carolyn says, lovely, thank you.
Of course.
Let us know if you're all here and accounted for.
Yeah. Carol, are you with us? David? Vidar? I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Vidar?
Oh, Rachel, that's her last name.
Oh,
Thank
hi,
you. Thank you. Yeah, perfect.
Good,
Thank you.
good. David, you with us? Carol, you with us? I want to make sure.
Yeah. Oh, here comes David. Oh, look at him.
Hi,
Hi.
David.
Hey,
So
smile.
good to see you.
Good. Someone said yes. Smileys. Wonderful.
Hey, just last one to hear from Carol. Are you with us? You could raise your hand, put in a little reaction or something. Let us know you're up and at 'em. Please.
Someone did a smiley face, but I couldn't tell who. I apologize.
That's okay.
Some
Right?
Thanks, David.
Oh, I would like to hear from you, Carol. I just want to make sure that you're up and at 'em.
I'm so used to doing breath work, so I let them leave.
Yeah.
Like, but no, I get it. Thank you. That's why
Yeah.
I'm not a hypnotherapist. That's why you're
Well,
here.
sometimes, and it doesn't hurt. I mean, you're not in a place that you can be harmed or anything. I just like to be sure that
Okay.
people come out in case they've got stuff to do, they've got errands. I mean, they always come out eventually. So
Send a direct message. We'll just see.
I've never had anybody get stuck there.
Okay.
17 years, I'm pretty sure we're safe.
Anybody have any comments or questions for our beautiful Paula? And you can, oh, hit it, please, Jacqueline.
I always notice that when I'm following a visualization of any sort, or if I'm trying to meditate, that I seem to at times start to go deep, and I kind of try to keep myself from, because I think I would go, like, I don't know if it's go to sleep or go wherever, but I want to continue to hear the visualization and go with it. So there's times that I feel myself, whoo, and I kind of pull myself back and I don't know what I should be doing.
More of that, please. So what that means is practice, because the more that you spend in that alpha theta state with that intention, like I want to be in that visualization, I want to see that blue sky, I want to feel the rays of that sun. The more that you go into your inner world with the visualization, with the imagination, one, the more easy it becomes. Two, there's a lot of training material on YouTube that's free.
Yeah.
And you'll know what resonates, because I listen to the stuff on YouTube daily. I'm a frequency music junkie, admitted. And I listen every single day. I don't listen to many with words, but when I do, I'm extremely visual. So visualizations or meditations, I see whatever it is that they're describing. But that came with practice. It was not always that way. I used to just kind of see moving shapes or like colors, and then visualization just, it was almost like the clouds parted. So with practice, that will sharpen a great deal.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, I cannot thank you enough for giving us a little taste of your soothing, beautiful voice and reflections and insights. I always love hearing from you and being with you. And this is, I'll put right here in the chat, this is where you can find out more about Paula's work, her meditations, and the Lighthouse membership. And also we are going to post this recording on YouTube and probably a few of our socials too. So if you're like, oh, hey, here's my friend Paula, you can send everyone to that link too.
And I'm going to add in here too, if you use this code for the membership, if you go to the Lighthouse and you use that code, it's a 60% discount. So anyone watching this interview, watching this video, you enjoyed the hypnosis, join us in the Lighthouse. We just revamped the Lighthouse in October, and it has really grown into a beautiful collective. The first month is always free, and it includes a group hypnotherapy session and 3 other live calls. There is an entire library of so many cool recordings and just amazing content and some really cool members. So I hope that you join us. And if I can help you one-on-one, of course, there's information how to do that too.
She also does, I went to her website, of course, for this interview, and she does, she's an officiant, and you also do house blessings. I loved that because I've actually had
clearings.
And clearings, thank you. House
They
clearings.
usually need clearing before we can bless them.
Yeah, thank you for that, because I've actually had a few people and I haven't sent them your way. So I'm so grateful I had you as my guest expert to know more of your resources too. So you can find out more about her. And I do have a few clients doing hypnotherapy with her, and they're all very, very happy with their work too. So, well, thank you everyone for sharing your hearts and your time. And we so appreciate having you here. And I don't think we have any more questions. And she wrote the AZ111 there for the code.
1111, AZ1111 is the discount code. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Paula, for being here. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful rest of your day.
Thanks, everyone, so much.